The world's only surviving panda triplets are ushering in a new stage of life at the Guangzhou Chimelong Safari Park in South China's Guangdong province as they begin switching to solid foods in a major diet change. The pandas, which will be 8 months old, lived on a mixture of panda breast milk and artificial milk for the first 6 months of their lives. Their food intake has been strictly controlled according to their weight to ensure their intestinal health. However, they have since started to try other types of food. Cheng Shu-ching, a zookeeper in Chimelong Safari Park in Guangdong's provincial capital, Guangzhou, said they have been with their mom since they were 6 months old and they have started to taste bamboo shoots and leaves while playing. But such a practice was just for fun, but you could see bits of bamboo leaves in their feces. It means they did eat some of such food, said Cheng Shu-ching. At the age of 8 months, it is now a very crucial stage for them as they are experiencing a switch in food, from breast milk to bamboo leaves and shoots. The staff at the zoo will gradually reduce their milk intake once they are able to eat plenty of leaves and shoots. The triplets weighed 83 grams and 90 grams and 122 grams respectively when their 12-year-old mother gave birth to them in July last year. The average weight is now over 18 kilograms and all the three are in very good health according to the zoo's administration. Pandas are known to have very slow survival rate and there is only a 1% chance a giant panda will give birth to triplets. A well-decorated hotel made of discarded goods containers in the Songjiang district of Shanghai has attracted many curious tourists. The hotel, built by the construction company Box Inn, has all its spaces made out of 28 discarded goods containers. To solve the main problem of thermal insulation, its wall panel is coated with thermal insulators and also fireproofing materials. According to president of the company, Zhang Lin-sen, discarded containers could waste a large amount of resources if left unattended at ports. So to refit the containers into usable spaces would largely reduce building costs, while boasting great seismic resistance and deformation resistance. And more, during the refitting process, there will be hardly any construction garbage and dusts generated and will be environment friendly. Zhang said they bought the discarded container for about 15,000 yuan or $2,413 each. As the steel price has dropped, it would only cost around 10,000 yuan for one container. And after the refitting, each square meter only costs 500 yuan. The 28 containers take about 800 square meters and form 2 floors to serve as offices, capsule rooms, hotel rooms and even swimming pools. Meanwhile, Shanghai resident Liu said it is very interesting. For you, another Shanghai resident, the design concept and the innovative shape are really attractive. China is making active efforts to recover a 1,000-year-old Buddha statue with a mummified monk inside that is now owned by a Dutch private collector, said China's State Administration of Cultural Heritage recently. Evidence found supports the fact that the Buddha statue was stolen from a temple in Yuanchun village in East China's Fujian province in 1995, according to SAC. The statue attracted attention last year after a scan found it contained a mummy of a 12th century Buddhist monk. The monk is on a pillow and Chinese characters written on the side of the pillow say the monk's name was Zhang Liuguan. The Hungarian Natural History Museum displayed the Buddha statue in its Mummy World exhibition, which opened in October last year. The statue, which was on loan from Drent's Museum in Essen, the Netherlands, was originally scheduled to be on display until May 17th. However, the statue's Dutch owner withdrew it from the exhibition without any explanation. The private collector, who had remained silent while the event fermented for several weeks, responded to the hailstorm of questions and doubts for the first time in a written statement to China's Xinhua news agency. In the statement, the present holder of the statue said that he or she bought it in 1996 from another collector who managed to acquire the Buddha statue from the end of 1994 to the beginning of 1995 in Hong Kong. However, the statement failed to clarify the validity of the process to procure the Buddha statue. The SARC is gathering more evidence and working with other departments to secure the statues returned. According to Yang Chun archives, a monk who lived in the village during the Song dynasty helped cure people with his knowledge of Chinese herbal medicine. When he died, his body was mummified and local people made a statue to hold his body. The statue was an icon of worship. Such statues are very precious, said Shin Bin-Zing, Vice President of the Buddhist Association of Fujian and a member of the Standing Council of the Buddhist Association of China. She said there are only a dozen such Buddha statues with clear records in China. Therefore, this Buddha statue is very precious. Also, it is very rare to see a Buddha statue from such an early date. Bangladesh recently celebrated its 45th independence and National Day with a fresh vow to uphold the spirit of the liberation war amid an intensified campaign to translate into reality father of the nation Bangga Bandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's dream of building a golden country completing the war crimes trial. Elaborate programs were held to mark the day. Bangladesh President Mohammad Abdul Hamid and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina paid rich tributes to the martyrs of the War of Liberation by placing wreaths at the National Memorial in Sabah on the occasion of a great Independence Day. After placing the wreaths, the President and the Prime Minister stood in solemn silence as a mark of respect to the memories of the martyrs of the Great War of Liberation in 1971. A smartly turned-out contingent drawn from 3 services presented a state salute when bugles played the last post. Speaker, opposition leader of the parliament, freedom fighters, diplomats, political leaders and high civil and military officials were among those present. Meanwhile, the main program of the day started with a spectacular children's rally held at the Dhaka Stadium in the morning. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina attended the program as chief guest and took salute of the march past. Children and students from different schools and colleges took part in the spectacular march past organized by Dhaka District Administration. Cherry blossoms were in full bloom in Tokyo and other Japanese cities last week. They bloomed 5 days earlier than usual in the Japanese capital. More flowers opened as the mercury topped the seasonal average across Japan. The cherry trees lined Tokyo's Meguro River drew many visitors. The flowers are now at their best. In Tokyo's Yoyogi Park, crowds of people enjoyed the blossoms. The daytime high in central Tokyo shot up to 21.1 degrees. The Meteorological Agency last week said that the cherry flowers are in full bloom in Tokyo and in Fukuoka City, southern Japan. A humanoid talking robot named Robo has attended a meeting in Tokyo to report on its activities at the International Space Station. Japan's scientific and business communities jointly developed Robo to serve as a companion for astronauts. Japan's Konotori cargo transfer vehicle took the robot to space station in August 2013. Robo stayed there till February this year. When asked at a recent meeting what the Earth looked like from outer space, Robo said it was as bright as the blue LED light. During its stay at the station, Robo had a test conversation with Japanese astronaut Koichi Wakata. Robo said life aboard the space station was fun, and he said he and Wakata should go somewhere together again. The world's first experimental conversation between a robot and a human in space was recognized with 2 Guinness World Record titles. One certified Robo as the first companion robot in space, and the other confirmed that Robo's conversation with Wakata took place at the highest altitude ever for a robot and a human. Tomotaka Takahashi, a University of Tokyo scientist who participated in Robo's development, said the robot stopped working at one point due to a glitch that took 7 hours to fix. Takahashi said he hoped to use Robo project to enhance the development of technology, considering that the environment surrounding robotic technology is changing fast. Hong Kong's newest underground railway station opens at Sai Ying Pun recently, bringing convenience to area residents and featuring the largest art display area at local MTR stations, thus completing the West Island Line extension. But one of the station's exits at Kee Ling Lane will not open until the end of the year. Crowds of people gathered outside Sai Ying Pun station early in the morning to witness the historic event. At 6 a.m., the first train arrived at the platform. Many passengers said the new station will make their travel around town more convenient. This man said he had been waiting for this for a long time, and from now on there is no need for him to walk more than 10 minutes to take the MTR trains at Hong Kong University Station or Sheung Wan Station. The railway company said the opening of Sai Ying Pun Station went smoothly, apart from a minor glitch with a platform screen door. Construction works at some of the station's exits were delayed because of soft soil conditions. And there's a long pathway between exit A1 and the train platform. A moving walkway is available, but it only goes in the direction for passengers entering the station. Those exiting the station have to walk about 8 minutes. This elderly woman said she wanted to try out the train service, but after walking for 3 to 4 minutes, she felt tired. Another lady took it as something positive, saying it was a good time to exercise. The MTR Corporation said given the limitations associated with the housing density of the area, the design for Sai Ying Pun Station was the best they could come up with. Operations Director Jacob Kam also explained because of the ground conditions at the site, they used all possible space available to design the existing layout. The color scheme for Sai Ying Pun Station is purple. The new MTR station has also more than 800 square meters of art space, displaying various types of artwork, including photos and murals representing the street scenes and culture of the Western District.